South Korea's tech exports continues to shrink last month for a 10th consecutive month, mainly due to semiconductors and displays. But the industry as a whole noted a trade surplus. Hye-ryeon has details.
South Korea's ICT industry recorded a trade surplus of $2.33 billion despite exports falling across all major sectors and trading partners. According to data released on Monday by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy, the total value of tech exports in April came to around $12.8 billion, nearly 36% lower than the same month last year. The ministry attributed this to April last year recording the highest value of ICT exports for the month of April, while the ICT industry this year has seen lower demand due to the downturn of the global economy. By sector, there was a 40.5% decline on-year in the total export value of semiconductors, marking the 9th consecutive month in which chip exports have fallen on-year. The continued decline comes on the back of falling prices for memory chips such as DRAM, which have seen price drops for 10 months in a row due to lack of demand, and the outlook for chip exports remains grim.
The slump in the semiconductor industry is expected to continue for some time until the global economy recovers. As a result, this slump in chip exports is likely to continue in the second half of the year too.
Exports for displays such as OLED screens used in phones fell by 30.5% on-year, and exports of mobile phones, computers and telecommunication devices also fell on-year. By country, China is the destination for 40% of South Korea's ICT exports, but this year tech exports to China have fallen by nearly 40% on-year. There's been a steady decline in tech exports to China on-year since June last year. Outbound shipments to the United States also fell by more than 40%, while exports to Vietnam, the European Union and Japan have all dropped by more than 25% on-year. South Korea's ICT trade balance has generally recorded a surplus, but ICT imports have been rising over the past few years. April saw a more than 22% on-year rise in imports from India, but there was a sharp decline in imports from the United Arab Emirates. Hye-ryeon, 아리랑뉴스.